Let me tell you, it was the scariest thing I've ever done. Waiting there, like waiting to jump off a cliff.
I was always interested in aviation. It's the freedom that you have. The moment you take off, you don't think about anything else. It's almost undescribable. If you haven't done it yourself, you just wouldn't really know what it's like.
And I'm sitting there going, do I really have to do this? So I believe to this day that the species chose me.
We just had a call to go and collect a grounded bird down the road here. We get calls just about every week. Sometimes it's close, sometimes it's a 5-hour drive.
I've always kind of been fairly animal crazed.
Whoa!
Whoa.
It wasn't doing it to me, it was doing it to you.
I'm quite shaken, I have to be honest.
That was hilarious.
This enclosure is purpose-built basically to imitate the wild breeding cliffs of Cape vultures.
And how did you and Walter meet?
I joined Kerry and Volpro about 3.5 years ago. I knew she was a very passionate person about vultures.
It was actually Percy who evolved my passion. He's my special friend. I had the opportunity of hand-raising Percy when he was 10 days old, and that was my changing point. Percy's a Cape vulture, or Cape Griffon. How they find their own mate, well, it's very much like people. You can't put a male and a female together and think they're going to pair up. They've got to have a selection to choose from, and they've got to choose themselves. Our aim with our captive breeding program is to be able to raise parent-raised captive bred Cape vultures for release. Percy's now 8, and he's given us, with his mate, because he's a boy, his first egg this year. So I'm a proud mum. They pair for life, and they share with the nest building, the incubating, the raising of the chick. Very, very good parents. So the idea for us is if they do breed any offspring, to send them back to their native area for release.
They start flying up and down in the enclosure more, and when you come in there, they're up against the opposite side on the top perch or something, and then you know it's time for them to go.
Do you want to talk, you want to talk about your, I know I asked you before, but it was kind of can we just talk about where you met?
Walter, he stalked me, and he said he didn't, but he did. He stalked me, sent me this really odd mail going, "Hi, would you like to come paragliding with me?"
I figured that it would be something that she would really appreciate.
I mean, seriously, it's a complete stranger, like I'm going to jump off a cliff.
Well, I did say with the vultures. I could tell from seeing what Kerry's work is about and stuff.
You see, he stalked me. I was so scared, you have no idea. Waiting there, like waiting to jump off a cliff. But it was amazing. Once we took off, it was totally different to what I expected.
It was a good flight. We got up nice and high. You very often see birds flying just for fun, and we had several hundred birds all around us. They see a bird turning in a thermal. They can't help themselves. They all take off and they go and climb up in that thermal and see where it goes. They're out there flying around, screaming and shouting. That's fun. They're enjoying it.
We've probably released over 250 vultures. The release to me reminds me of why we do it. To stabilize the Cape vulture population, where it no longer declines and hopefully starts increasing. Whatever we do for the Capes has a knock-on effect for all species globally. Having an influence on the survival of all vulture species. That's the main goal.
I've had various ideas of what I would like to come back to the planet as, if that were possible. Certainly I'd like to come back as a bird, or being able to fly like they do. I'm sure Kerry will agree, that's the most incredible feeling.
What is it for yourself, Kerry?
Without a doubt, one of my dogs. Yes, there has to be one of my dogs, nobody else's dog. Because man, they're spoiled.
We don't agree on anything.
We don't.